9 tuve luto, a las 10 me lo quité, a las 11 me fue el baile y con los dominantes bailé. Pero me darán, dime si no va a ser mía, al querer esa criatura, pajarillo de la montaña. Dime por qué me desprecias, dime si no soy muy necio al quererla de verdad.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, guys, for the late delay again. We're gonna have Mr. Ramon here again, guys. I apologize. We had some technical difficulties, but we're here. We're gonna go live and talk a little bit about Mr. Ramon. Great guy out there. He probably saw a side of me that I don't really show, but it's hey, when you're on there and you do things, hey, ni modo, te pasa lo que pase. So I'm not gonna let him wait any longer. So I'm gonna let Mr. Ramon Lucio get on, talk a little bit about his history, and let you guys know. I know that in coming May they'll be coming up 25 years in the industry. So I'm not gonna let him wait anymore. So salud, Mr. Ramon. Welcome to Serious Tejano.
Thank you, Kelly. Muchas gracias a todos ustedes, ¿verdad? Los que nos están acompañando apenas ahorita en el delay que tuvimos, pero pues aquí estamos y a ver cómo nos va. So I'm looking forward to any questions that you might have or anybody might have any questions. So I'm an open book.
So yes, Mr. Ramon, congratulations. I know you guys are about to turn 25 years in the industry. I know you've done a lot of stuff. I read a lot of the stuff that you did. You've shared the stage with amazing conjunto artists as well, and I mean to have that accomplishments and be able to do that with well-known people like that, I guess you probably got some learning experience from them.
I sure did. Gracias a Diosito, sí, tuve la oportunidad de tocar con grupos así grandes que ahorita yo puedo decir que como Garcia Brothers on the same stage, Hometown Boys, David Yanda, Henry Zimmerly, el Camaroncito, que era de Corpus también, ¿no? Y otros grupos también, ¿verdad? Pues gracias a Dios tuve el placer de tocar con ellos en el mismo escenario. So I'm happy. I've been blessed. For so many things that have been going on for me.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know, I know you did stuff for Los Fantasmas too, right?
Yes, I was actually the roadie back then. I was a roadie, and I used to sell their cassettes.
If y'all don't know what that is, look it up. Back in the day, it was all 80s tracks, the disco tracks, CDs. I mean, now it's put on like USB cards or just streaming directly emails. Like we are able to share more than what we used to do back in the day, and I mean, it's amazing how much our cultura and how much the computer has a big influence in us and how we manage and do things. So, I'm pretty sure you're yourself learning a little bit on this technology thing that we call it, right? So, yeah. So, like I said it before to a lot of people. I know a lot of people back in the day se ponían a vender los CDs en las esquinas or like go to the radio stations, they go get themselves noticed, and you wouldn't see who they are, you would hear who they were. Yes. And now it's all put off like what we're doing right now, all FaceTiming, a lot of just online. I mean, a lot of the stuff has really grown, and that's what we do. We grow with it. And you've been in the industry for 25 years. How much have you seen that it has influence in the generations?
It changed a lot. It has changed a lot. I mean, yo me acuerdo cuando tenía como 15 años. That's when I was the Rodeos Fantasmas. Yeah. And number, pues I used to sell the cassettes. I used to give out business cards, go to each table y todo. And, it was a great experience, growing up. It was a great experience because pues todo esto, that's something that I always wanted to do. And since I was a kid, man, I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, where my grandfather, my my grandfather, my great grandmother, everybody used to hang around en los parties que hacían con los hangouts, you know what I mean? En aquellos años cuando se juntaban las tías y los tíos, primos y primas y todo, and that was something special for me that I always carry with me because eso, pues con el tiempo, ¿verdad? Cuando hacía esos eventos, pues ahí me daban una peseta, $1 o algo, and, they would pass around the cap and everything, and it was amazing, man. It was amazing how things were before, pues I remember, like, I don't know how old you are, ¿verdad? Pero pues yo me acuerdo como cuando andábamos en las bikes y que esto que el otro afuera y todo. Y ahorita los kids, they don't even know what the heck a bike is.
No, and they don't even want to be outside cuando está bien frío.
Sí, y luego me acuerdo cuando agarramos la manguera toda caliente, pero ahí con el agua.
Sí, yes, yes. Uh, what our pueblito it's Crystal City, so está todo chiquito, a population of maybe 8,000 people. It
Okay.
probably has grown a little bit more, but that's usually what our population is around that area. And also, we call it el barrio, right? So you experience what you're talking about right now. I've been able to experience a little bit, and plus we're a small little town, and that's what you basically get in this area, especially the closer to the borders, right?
Yeah.
We're only 45 minutes from Eagle Pass, so I mean, what we get is only what we get, and I mean, como dices tú, uh, I know back in the day, cuando venían artists, we're like, ¿quién eran ellos? And there's like big old posters of them everywhere, and now it's just nomás miras como un banner. They're
Yep.
banners now, right? So like that's how you get that back in the day is lo que se
Yeah,
usaba
but I
más.
mean,
It's
you would go
banners.
to mom and pop stores like bakeries y todo eso. You would see those big like 11 by 16s y todo.
Yes, yes, it has changed. Like I said, or I build boards y todo eso. So,
Yeah, there is.
yeah, so I mean, like I said, Mr. Ramon, I know for the people that don't know a little about you a little bit, I know we're talking base and touching base on it. Um, kind of like say when do you can you say when you first like said, you know what, this is what I want to do. I want to get on stage. I want to play music and all that stuff. Around what time do you feel like you
Well,
took
my
off?
career started actually as my band, because my band used to be called Los Dominantes del Valle back then, back in the early 2000s. Le dimos hasta 2017, hasta 2017 con ese nombre, Los Dominantes del Valle. And that's when we got a lot of opportunities to play in the same stage with Los Fantasmas also. Yeah, we did a mano a mano con Los Fantasmas back then. Tuvimos también con los dos Gilbertos, tuvimos con Gilberto Pérez, puros icons de aquí del Valle, y eso me ayudó bastante, me enseñó bastante, like what I know now today, and that's where a lot of people don't know about me, that I've been around since 2000 with my band, because like I said, back
Mhm.
then, it used to be called Los Dominantes del Valle. Pero when I recorded my first CD, that's when I actually recorded my first CD. I had the privilege to record my first CD with Gilberto Perez before he passed away. And to
Wow.
me that was something amazing. That was something amazing because he was the one that actually, como dicen, me bautizó con mi nombre.
Yes.
Because como él me miró creciendo poco a poquito since 2000, y he was like, mira, mijo, ya te hemos visto crecer, a como vas con los años y todo, pero nadie sabe que eres tú. Nobody knows it's you, the owner of Los Dominantes del Valle. So he's like, him and
Mhm.
his son, when we were recording at that point, they were like, you know what, ponle tu nombre. Ponle tu nombre, así como Gilberto Pérez y sus compadres, tú le vas a poner Ramón, Lucio y Dominante. I was like,
Wow.
well, sure enough, believe it or not, Kelly, after that, everything has become history for me. Because no matter who comes, who goes, y lo que me había pasado. A veces perdía una coronista, I would lose a bajo player, a drummer, whatever it was the case. But nobody knew it was me, the
Yeah.
original guy, no matter the situation. So when I added the name,
Yeah.
believe it or not, that's what really opened doors for me, because now everywhere I go, I can have anybody playing with me, but they'll know it's me now. So that's where
Yes.
it was something great that I had to take in so much, and when he passed away, I went to his funeral and everything. I mean, cuando él murió, Gilberto Pérez, um, y me acuerdo que me dijeron a mí, ¿verdad? Unos señores que tocaban con ellos antes, ellos me dijeron, ahora te toca a ti. Like, now it's yeah, your turn to shine. You mean,
Yes.
I don't have exactly the same music that he plays, exactly como dicen, no estoy aquí para remedar. I play everything in my style.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play, sing actually, El Burro Pardo. I'll sing that one. El Día de Tu Boda, a lot of songs I can sing them, but I'll never imitate Gilberto Pérez because to me, everybody, como los fantasmas, todos ellos, they've been, to me, ellos son mis pioneers. So I have no reason
Yes.
for me to copy them because they paved the way for us already. Así como Rubén Vela, como los dos
Mm-hmm.
Gilbertos, todos ellos lo hicieron. You know, now it's our
Yes.
time to do it, yes, but do it in your style. And maybe
Yes.
that will
Yes.
open doors more for the market donde la gente puede, ¿sabes qué? Oh, dude, you know what? That's Ramon Lucio. Y me ha pasado porque I played in houses, at house parties, blocks away. People even calling the person that's having a party, that's Ramon Lucio, right? Playing? And they're like, yeah, that's him. I say, yeah, we know already by his voice. So to me, that's amazing when people already know. Y se siente bonito, se
Yes.
siente bien
Yes.
bonito cuando te reconocen así.
Yes. Yo sé que muchos dicen, oh, pues, you can't put them. It's como que like yourself, right? You are the lead vocalist and you are the band, right? But a lot of people say, oh no, pues no mata el nombre de él and this and that, and that, of course the band has its own name, but it's how you say you are always gonna be there. Your
Yeah,
musicians are not. So even like I mean, come on, look if you see like Ram Herrera has Ram Herrera in the
yeah.
Outlaw Band, and then like Jay Perez, and like they're all it's their name, but because they're always gonna be the lead
Yes.
singers, right? But the band's always gonna change. Either you're not gonna have a bass player, you're not gonna have the accordion player, you're not gonna have you're gonna always lose and change transition to different band members in the band, and it happens, and it's fine to use the name like you said. you know the consejo que te dieron, it was a
It
great
was.
consejo, and it opened doors, changed things for you. So I mean, look at where you're at now compared, whenever you just had that, of course, your name, pero now ya saben, nomás oyen es, oh, ya sé quién
Sí.
es, and it's, como dices tú, es un orgullo y se siente bonito when they can identify your vocals and you to who you are. So it's a blessing. Like I said, it's a blessing, and congratulations on what all everything you have done. I mean, como te digo, I know a lot of people are in the music business for a very very long time, and a lot of them we don't know, right? Porque
Sí.
cambian nombre y acá y allá, right? But I mean, a great musicians. I mean, I know you have a full band. Congratulations también on that, because I know it's very hard for these band members right now, and those like the conjunto bands, and a lot of
Yeah.
artists. It can't just be a conjunto, just the artists themselves. It's hard for them to find the connection
The chemistry to
with
stay for a while together.
them.
Y es lo que pasa. I mean, que a veces sí está duro. I mean, the industry, it is hard. I mean, I'm not gonna deny it. It is hard because
Yeah.
es como todo. I mean, hay gente que sí te quieren ayudar, músicos, y hay
Mm-hmm.
músicos que a veces, pues, ¿sabes qué? Pues I've been doing this for so many years and I need more money. Yeah, but look
Yeah.
at the industry the way it is sometimes. Y a veces está
Mm-hmm.
bien duro, a veces está bien duro para tratar de mantener, porque es como cualquiera. Anybody can make a band, anybody. Maintaining it for a
Yes.
long time, that's the hard part.
Yes, it is. It definitely is. We have a couple artists tuning in. Salud to them, to Mr. George Salazar and his wife
Oh, sí,
Norma.
saludos,
Saludos.
saludos, mis buenos
Uh,
amigos.
yes, Jennifer Lynn, Cielo Azul, the artist from Cielo Azul.
Saludos.
Saludos. Hello, guys. we have Mr. Robert Casiano Sr. Thank you guys for tuning in. For everybody that's just tuning in, we have Mr. Ramon Lucio here, and we're getting to know a little bit about him. I know in our area, we don't get away from our tradition, Tejano artists, and it's amazing to get new artists like yourself. Well, I'm not gonna call you new. It's just the
Yeah, new. Like for you guys, you know, what I mean, you're because you,
in our area, we'll
yeah,
call you new, right? But I mean, you've been in the game, and for you to get your name thrown out here in this area, because I don't know if you've ever been out here in all the the years you've been in the industry. I
fíjate,
mean,
fíjate que no, Kelly, no, la única parte que yo he ido allí es como Pearsall. I've been there.
okay,
I've been to the Kickapoo Casino. Played there before.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
también. About 2 years ago, ahí tocamos en el Kickapoo Casino. Um, I know parece que está un señor ahí que se apellida Calderón.
Ricky.
No me acuerdo su nombre, pero es un señor grande ya y parece que anda,
Oh, okay.
anda en la área por ahí más o menos. Él hacía bailes grandes en aquellos años. And
Oh, okay.
he used to take Rubén, digo, a Gilberto Pérez para allá. Rey
Rick,
Calderón se llama el señor.
yes. Well,
You
their
know.
brother, his brother, is Ricky that plays with La Diferencia en Culturas.
Okay.
So that's why I was saying, yeah, they're very good family friends of ours, and El Señor Ese Rey is real good friends of my dad. So
Okay, okay. Sí, es señor grande, porque una vez él habló conmigo about maybe before COVID, he wanted to take me over there, pero nunca se
uh-huh.
hizo, nunca se hizo porque I guess, I don't know if he closed down the salon or what happened,
Yeah,
¿verdad?
it
Pero
was in Carrizo
sí,
Springs, Texas.
sí,
Yes.
sí. Y él me dice, yo te quiero traer, me gusta tu música y todo, pero pues, I mean, a veces pasan las cosas, a veces no pasan. I mean, ¿qué le puedes hacer? I mean, it's a
Yes.
part of life, man. Pero ahorita, como te digo, ahorita, gracias a Diosito, me está yendo muy bien. I mean, next week, I head out to Michigan, for the first time to go perform over there. I leave on the first, primero Dios, y
Yes.
I get over there, si Dios quiere, on the first, y luego nomás llegando, haz de cuenta, I'm gonna practice with the guys that I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
play with because I'm going by myself. I'm going by myself, but they have a band for me over there.
Oh,
So I'm
nice.
super excited. I'm super excited about, for the first time going over there and for the first time flying, basically.
Yes. Yeah. Oh
Nunca he
no.
volado.
I know. Yeah. I mean,
Nunca vol-
if you're from Texas, you really never
Exactly.
fly. It's gonna drive.
So,
But
voy para
yes.
allá y luego on Friday I'll be with the band that I'm going to be performing with. Se llama La Nueva Onda. They're going to
Okay.
Toledo, Ohio, so I got invited to go perform with them to Toledo, Ohio también. So I'll be over there, and
Wow.
then on Saturday I'll be in Adrian, Michigan. Adrian, Michigan, y luego I think Saturday, I don't know if we got something going on or what's the deal todavía. Digo, el Sunday. Pero luego el Monday, I perform over there in Saginaw, Michigan. That's what we'll be
Mhm.
performing on Monday también. And then I come back on Tuesday, which is the 6th. Y luego, para cuando llegue el 6th, on the 7th, it's my birthday. So I'll be, si Diosito quiere, I'll be celebrating my 50th birthday back in town.
Oh well, happy early birthday, and then I hope you get blessed for many more years. Hopefully, Miss Norma can see you guys out there. I know she's not that far from those
I know.
areas. I know I have family in, and is it Adrian or Andrews,
Okay.
Michigan, if I'm not mistaken, or Lansing?
There's
Is it
Lansing
Lansing?
también allá.
Yes, Lansing,
Yeah.
Michigan. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I have my family out there, so y'all let them know. Okay, there's gonna be a ton of artists out there, and make it their way out there, and saludos, Ms. Norma, and everybody out there. Saludos, Mr. Carlos P. Garcia. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in again, Mr. Ramon. Man, I'm pretty sure you can talk about a lot of stories you probably have it
Yeah, I can.
witnessed and gone through, and
That's the reason.
you
That's the
know,
reason
like
I told you. Like, okay, how long is this interview? Porque si no, man, I can talk for hours. Y te digo because it's happened to me before in some of the podcasts. They're like, dude, we've been
Yes.
here for 2 hours already, 3 hours. I'm like, I know.
Don't worry, we're here. We're usually open to it, and I always tell my artists, I always say a certain time, pero los garramos and wherever it takes you, you're live. You just let it roll. Like I know practice, no nothing. You just be normal, open book, and dale shine. That's
Sí,
what I
sí,
say.
así es, pero no, como te digo, I want to thank you so much to you and everybody that's out there, to Joe, Mr. Joe también, muchas gracias, por darme la oportunidad de
Yes,
estar aquí con ustedes esta tardecita on a Friday, man. I know we were supposed to be yesterday, but things happen for a reason, and
yes,
I thank God for everything, and thank you guys again one more time, ¿verdad? Por esta oportunidad. Y como le digo, I'm an open book. Whatever you guys want to tell me, whatever, by all means, ¿qué más te puedo decir de mí? I got inducted into the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame back in 22.
yes.
You
I
know,
saw that.
thank you
Congratulations
so
as
much,
well.
thank you so much. Lo más bonito ahí es que me gustó es que, es como todo. Estás vivo para decir tu speech. So it's like you can say whatever you
Mhm.
want, and hombre, cuando dije mi speech, oh my gosh.
It's beautiful. I'm not. I don't want to take anything from these awards or anything. It's beautiful to get recognized for the long hour struggles. Everything you went through, and all that. But I think like artists like yourself, you don't deserve a plaque. You deserve a little bit more because if you're able to, cross generations. That's what I call it, right? Through so much. I mean, man, I praise you guys that have led the way and still lead the way and are still in the industry to put up with the good, the bad, the what we call bullshit. I mean, I give props to all you guys. I mean, Mr. Ramon, I know you do a lot more conjunto
Yeah.
music, right? So I mean, I love the conjunto music, but I got turned to more conjunto like in the
Hmm.
past years. I mean, yes, I would listen to Ruen Vela and Nick Barrial, like because of my
Right.
father, right? And he was a big fan of all those. But getting introduced to the new now and to have a female, I know there's a female in there, Miss Cindy Ramos, amazing artist. I mean, doors are opening for a lot of you guys, even though you've been out there and this and that, but a lot of the conjunto artists right now I see is kind of leading the way. I mean, yes, our Tejano artists are as well, but I think conjunto ahorita it's a oye más. I don't know if it's because they like to drink or but yeah, like the conjunto has changed a lot of the way they're doing things. It's a little different, kind of. It meshes with the Tejano cumbia, and rancheras music. So I mean, I see you guys, the conjunto artists in the industry, just changing and growing, and props to the people that have led the way, también, that have left a trademark to let you guys keep doing what you're
Yes,
doing.
yes, correct. Y pues como te digo, la música de conjunto, it is evolving. It is. I've seen it
Mhm.
myself. I see it. I mean, almost every weekend when we play, como andan todos los grupos, pues, I got some bands on my Facebook, and they put postings. I mean, aquí va a haber música. Aquí va. It's like, to me, that makes me happy. That a lot of bands are
Mhm.
playing and they're trying their best. You know, um,
Mhm.
and like I said, I mean, it's hard. It's hard when when you leave, like for the day or two, and you go play out there. It's como yo vivo en Brownsville. Vivo acá en Brownsville,
Mhm.
which is the south tip of Texas. Just to get to San Antonio, it takes me 4 hours. So
Yes.
I gotta travel no matter what. To get to Houston, it
Mhm.
takes me 5 hours. I've been to Dallas Fort Worth area. It takes me about 9 hours just to go play over there.
Wow.
But I do it because I love it. It's the passion that I have for it,
Yes.
you know. Y
Yes.
realmente es que si no tienes la pasión para eso, pues entonces, I mean, no te va a durar, no te va a durar because you don't have that drive. You don't want to put that
Mm.
effort into it, and it's putting the effort mainly, and that drive that you want to do, because if you're only doing it for the money, literally sometimes it's not always what it is. You know,
It's not good to the pocket.
exactamente.
Yeah.
Pero a veces sí le pegamos al clavo, como dicen, ¿verdad? Y a veces no, y a veces vas a ganar, vas a perder. Es como todo. I mean, you're throwing a
Yeah.
gamble. Yeah, of course. You're gonna go, ponle que diga, ¿sabes qué? I'm gonna go for a guaranteed. Okay. But then again, you have to have that people over there waiting for you. Because what's the use of
Mm-hmm.
you going for a guaranteed y luego no tienes una persona o dos? Guess what? The
Yeah.
owner's gonna tell you, you know what, man? I can't bring you anymore because you didn't bring me anybody. So
Mm-hmm.
sí está duro. I mean, a veces cuando no agarras el proper promotion también, eso está bien duro. So, I mean,
Yes.
you gotta look for it big time, and strive and make the best of it. Y por eso a veces mucha gente me dice, oye, bro, todos los días estás tagging y tagging y tagging. Y es que, pues, how else? It's for
Yes.
promotion.
You have to make it. Yes. Yes, yes. And I totally understand you because I know they tell us like otro interview, otro like, hey, we that's just what we have to do to keep our, our what we call it
Yeah,
business, right? I mean, keep going, let people know what's going on. That's just how promotion works, right?
yes.
So, I mean, props to you that you say you kind of take that rope yourself to promote yourself and si quieres que todavía siga and be successful, sometimes you gotta kind of take it yourself and write with your stuff and be the one
Yep.
behind it all, right? And that's the only way to make it work. So again, Mr. Ramon, I mean, I even commend you on some of the nominations. You've been nominated really, really well. I mean, I've seen you in a lot of these award shows that you are nominated. So I mean, I was like, who's this guy? Like, I always wonder. Right? I mean, we have so much music; it's kind of hard to stay on top
Yeah.
of it all. And I know some other radio stations. I mean, they've been in the industry for many years, this and that. I mean, we might not been in the industry for many years, but I've listened to a lot of music in the long ways, right? And but there is so much music that gets lost because there's so much. And congratulations on yourself with all these getting recognized or the recognition, been inducted. I mean, what more can you say that you feel like you haven't done,
Sí, no, fíjate que
um
I've been so blessed también, como Kelly, entonces la verdad también salí, cuando fue? Before COVID. No, acaba de pasar COVID. Salí en el programa de Johnny Canales también. And it's amazing, man. I mean, when
sorry guys, not too sure.
¿Mande?
I guess my thing kept saying connection lost, and I was like, what's going on?
Sí, no, 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 también salí en el programa ese de Johnny Canales también. I mean, so that was like one of my biggest joys because I got to meet Johnny Canales and Nora Canales, before he passed away.
Hmm.
So I felt happy for that.
Yes, yes. I mean, I know a lot of artists say that they've never got the opportunity to do it, but for the ones that did, I mean, I hope. I mean, Mr. Johnny Canales was our every weekend thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, at least in my era, well, I call it my era. I'm only like 10 years younger than you, but in my era, that's the first thing you would hear you would smell the coffee brewing. You already knew it's the weekend. Yeah, el show de Johnny Canales sale a las 10 de la mañana. You have to be awake to watch it, or at 9, depending on what area code you were in. And that was a transit. You would want to know, well, quién va a ser, what band is it next, or
Sí, sí.
who does he have at the show now? Johnny Canales was uh, a big influence in the Tejano industry. I think, I mean, if he could run through barriers and get on other genre of music, imagine how
Yeah.
much the Tejano scene would be more. I mean, everybody says, oh, the Tejano's dead, or that type of music is not, pero him and a lot of the artists that passed, like Selena, Emilio, I mean, all these people left a big legacy in the Tejano scene, and
Yeah.
the industry completely, and yourself, I'm pretty sure if, I mean, que Dios no quiera, you can leave something very really remarkable behind, and look at how much you've done so much now, and the recognition you're getting. You know, that's just a blessing, Mr. Ramon, and what you're doing, keep doing it. Hasta cuando Dios no quiera, ¿verdad? That's what a lot of people say,
Exactamente.
right? A lot of people
Exactamente.
say that, que hasta cuando Dios quiera, he calls quits and stuff like that. And I
Yeah.
know, I know we have right now a promoter on, Miss Rosie. Miss Rosie's promotion, I mean, great distributor out there también. Hey, I don't know who distributes your stuff or who you actually work with. I mean, there's so many promoters that offer their help, open arms, and share all their stuff. I know we have, like I said, Ms. Rosie. We have Ms. Laura Sainz. We have Myra D. Gavino, La Joya. Like so many promotional people that love just because they love Tejano music and
Yeah.
everything about it. There's so much help out there, but I know what you mean. Sometimes, like, um, some of these promoters, and no, I'm not talking bad about you guys. I know you guys have a lot of work, and I have a lot of artists, so it's kind of hard to keep up with all your artists. But like yourself, as being like you, kind of, I see like you like to be independent, kind of.
Yeah.
You feel like you sometimes have to do it yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that, and it's always good to have promotion as well, because I mean, I say it depends on who you promote with. Sometimes is what leads doors and opens doors for you. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong doing it on your own, or going with a well-known promotion, distributor or whatever. But I see we both all grow. We learn from each other, and I think we can learn from like people like you, Mr. Ramon, and a lot of the artists on here. Hello, Mr. George Salazar. Also, también been in it for a long time. I mean, what else can you say about the road that you've taken to where it is now for you?
Pues a mí, ahorita, gracias a Dios, todo me está yendo bien. Miren, I'm a hustler. I'm a big time hustler, man. I mean, I don't sit back and relax and see, ¿sabes qué? I'm going to wait for somebody to help me. I'm going to wait for somebody to push me or promote me. I don't. I got to look for it because at the end of the day, it's also my job to do my best to get out there. Y eso es lo que yo
Mhm.
quiero. I just want people to know who is Ramon Lucio. Where is he going? Why is he coming this way? Where is, I mean, I want people to talk about me because hasta ahorita, gracias a Dios, y no es por nada. Y no es porque haya envidia lo que sea, pero I've noticed the interaction with my Facebook and stuff like that. My stuff is public. Anybody can look at it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Y te lo digo porque me acuerdo antes, when I started my Facebook and everything, and I started going out, to Austin, San Antonio, Houston, all those places, man.
Mhm.
And I would see like I would go live. I would go live on my Facebook, we were playing and stuff like that, and I would see musicians on my Facebook, pero nunca un thumbs up ni nada. I was like, bueno. You know, y es como me
See, I
dicen
mean,
a mí, leave them there, don't worry about it, let them talk or whatever, I mean, y es como ahorita gracias a Dios I'm booked all the way right now, from right now to September, más o menos, I'm booked almost every
wow,
weekend,
it's amazing. You did it.
and that's already including como ahora que va para Michigan, I got some, es más, voy para allá, por esos rumbos, si Diosito quiere, I go to San Diego, Texas, at El Mezquital. I'll be there in I think it's June, and I think it's June. I don't know. It's July. And I was talking to the owner yesterday. Mas, we were talking about it yesterday, and he's like, you know what? When do I have you written down? And I'm like, on the 12th, something like that. He's like, dude, that's my first anniversary from the Mezquital. We're gonna make it big now. And I'm like, ay, qué padre. It feels good because you have to, you got to learn how to talk to the people, man. I mean, basically, be humble,
Yes.
but just be yourself. don't overdo it.
Mhm.
Don't, I mean, no hagas más de lo que no eres en verdad, basically. Y es como también
Yes.
on the 5th of July, I'll be in San Marcos, Texas. We'll be at the
Closer.
Cuauhtémoc Hall. Y allí they hired us to play for their 83rd anniversary of the building. So, vamos a tocar ahí también, si Dios quiere, ahí en San Marcos. And we got some other stuff, man, planned already ya también. Y I'm super excited. I'm just super excited about everything that's coming my way. And like I said, at the end of the day, I'm a hustler. If I can get the help from somebody, hey, perfect. Pero si no se puede, you know what? Yo como que tengo que seguirle because
Mhm.
es como yo. This is the perfect example. I know how much I want this. And not everybody knows. Not everybody knows at the end of the day how much you really want it. If you don't do it yourself, se va a llevar tiempo, but you can make it happen.
Mhm.
But you got
Yes.
to put your effort into it 100%. And it's like
Yes.
me. If I'm here at the house, y me dice un club owner or whatever, you know what? Hey, call me at 12, call me at 1 or whatever. You know what? I'm going to wait for that so I can call the owner because that's going to be my only opportunity that I have a chance to talk to the owner. So
Mhm.
like I said, I mean, si me tengo que levantar a medianoche, nomás para para hablar con el señor o lo que o la señora, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because that's the only way you're gonna get gigs. Y te digo porque ha pasado todo eso. So, like I mean, I love what I do. I love it. I love it so much, and I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue hasta que Diosito ya me diga, ¿sabes qué, hijo? Hasta aquí llegaste. Y no y es como
Yes.
ahorita gracias a Dios, I've got 25 years at where I work at. También, I have 25 years at my job, and all I need is actually 5 more years to retire for 30 years of service.
Wow.
Hopefully I'll be retiring by the age of 55. A lot of people tell me,
Mhm.
what do you plan to do? Do you plan to continue the music after you retire? And I'm like, sometimes just thinking about it like, yes and no, because I really want to enjoy life. you know,
Yes.
es como digo, esta es una pasión, que a mí me gusta, pero yo realmente, todo esto, lo que yo estoy dejando también, Kelly, no es para mí, es para mis hijos. Because,
Mm.
like my recordings, my pictures, everything that I have, they'll get to keep it as a memory, and I don't have to be like, pues, como a veces cuando uno muere, ya no puedes escuchar ni la voz de él o de ella. So guess what? I got my CDs. I got my music on iTunes. I got my music on all digital platforms. My kids can just go into that and just listen to my voice. So esos son recuerdos que yo quiero dejar para mis hijos. I mean, and it's like people because people even tell me, you know, um, is this something you want to prove? I don't have nothing to prove to nobody.
Yeah.
I'm just proving it to myself. Just loving the music. I mean, yeah, I already got featured on two magazines también, Nuestra Música magazine. I
Yes.
got featured as the Street Talk of San Antonio. Um, you know, my dream is gonna finally come true. On May the 18th, for the first time over maybe desde que estaba chiquillo, yo desde 15 years old, me acuerdo. A huevo los fantasmas, a huevo los fantasmas, ahí estaba Rubén Vela, estaba Tony La Rosa, todos ellos estaban ahí. Little did I know that I was standing next to Tony La Rosa
Wow.
while they were talking away. You know, um, Nomás que yo Tony La Rosa yo no lo conocía because he was like a regular guy. I mean, he had una camisa de cuadritos que yo me puedo recordar, traía una cachucha, like he just stood with the crowd there. Si se me hubiera arreglado, ya la gente por eso, ¿sabes qué? Esa es Tony La Rosa. Pero como no andaba arreglado, andaba como no cualquiera, and I was like, wow, man, I was standing next to Tony La Rosa.
Yeah, wow. And look at the experience you got with just what you would do. I mean, you would sell cassettes and merchandise and stuff like that to, finally get on stage and look at what I mean, you can say that your younger years, I mean, I don't want to call you old either, but
No, don't worry. I don't get offended.
like the lead way to where you're at now, the experience and everything you went through and everything you've done, how much I mean, till you can still see it. I mean, I can see it. The love you still have for it, that you still have that passion. I see a lot of people that there's some people that, they kind of do it as a job. And to what I see in you, Mr. Ramon, is pure love. La conexión que tienes con la música. I mean, just look at what you represent, the music that you put out there. I mean, great stuff out there. I mean, look at the fans that right now we have several people on that are watching you. You have a great following. Salutes to everybody out there. We have new people logging in. Mr. Arnold Valdez. Saludos, Miss
Saludos
Janie.
para Arnold. Arnold's also another great singer. I mean, he's from the area of San Antonio también. He's a solo artist. And I've seen his videos. I mean, props, brother. Props to you, man. Y échale ganas con todo tu
Yes.
corazón.
And I guess you're going to be in San Antonio in May, right?
For the first time at the Texas Conjunto Fest, man. I can't wait for that one because that's been my dream come true. I've been at it for over more than 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Submitting my application, submitting, hasta por fin tengo la oportunidad.
Wow, well,
So,
congratulations. I know that event, I mean, it's a great event. A lot of musicals go out there. Really well known también musicals go out there. Los que son grandes ahorita así comenzaron. That
sí.
was one of their headlines, they headline there, and look at where they're at now and the name they put up. And para que tú pases por ahí, Mr. Ramon, is great. I mean, como dices tú, it's like a checklist to the bucket list. So, I mean,
Y fíjate, Kelly, que I'm gonna say this, y está bien curioso porque I remember last year I was talking to a friend of mine. Le dije, ¿sabes qué, dude? If I get selected at the Conjunto Fest, I think I'm gonna retire the music.
oh no.
I swear, I told him, and he was like, dude, seriously, bro, apenas te estás avanzando, te estás lanzando con toda la música que estás sacando ahorita y ya te vas a retirar ya. De verdad que, es que en verdad, I mean, si llegas a un punto, I mean, el cuerpo se cansa,
Oh,
I do travel almost every weekend, and I also, pues, now, que me está yendo mucho mejor, I got a driver también driving for me now.
no, that's good.
So that's good for me. I got a sound man también, que they put my sound for me. Y pues, me gusta porque no hago tanto trabajo como lo hacía antes. Antes I
Mhm.
would load the stuff, bring the stuff, do the sound and everything. And now it's like I'm being catered. I'm
That's
being catered for everything, and it's paid off. It's paid off. It's taken me 25 years, y todavía ando todavía, pero, you know, um, I've had so many critics también. I've so many critics, I mean, que no canto bien y que esto que el otro. You know,
You always
a,
have those.
a mí no me molesta. I can take criticism a lo mendigo. And people freak out. They're like, dude, ¿no te agüitas? Nah, hombre. Es que me están poniendo atención lo que estoy haciendo. Es lo que es.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go for it.
And that is so true, Mr. Ramon. I mean, for somebody to have their name in your mouth and to kind of what we call it trash talk, right, or whatever you guys want to identify it as, but for them to even mention it, that means they're paying attention to what you're
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
That's how they keep you in the music. Es como lo que ahorita it's the big thing, right? Todo lo de Cristian Nodal y Angélica Aguilar, right?
Sí.
But the more you criticize them, you're not really putting them down. You're making them more money. Like,
Sí.
it's just like us here in the industry. no matter how much you're still keeping us in in motion. You keep doing it. It just makes you look more bad because pues pa qué hablas tú si like you're still talking about them, like it bothers you somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not bothering somebody else, but it's bothering you. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it keeps your name there, it keeps rolling, like y los que, I mean, yo sé que muchos, I mean, we get the criticism no matter what we do. The good, the bad, como te dije, the good and bad. You've done it, you've doing it, and the good thing is that you don't let it put you down. It just gives you more fire. Be
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
it's an
It sure does.
ignition. Yes, it's like an ignition that makes you keep doing great music. I mean, like I said, conjunto is not like my first thing, but I've grown to love it, and I heard your music. There's so many, I can literally count the conjunto off my two hands, and those are the only bands that I know that are out there. Pero I know there's other music, pero we don't get introduced to it at all. And como te digo a ti, en esta área no se oye tanto la música así. We stay with the same rotation
Yeah.
of music and bands. So, putting yourself out here and put yourself in other stations like in the West Texas. And I know West Texas is really good about conjunto music también, and I mean, I think your success, what you've done now, like speaks volume, speaks who you are, and it's keeping you in the game. Not that, I mean, you might not have a Grammy or whatever, but I mean, it's kept you true to yourself.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of the awards change a lot of people, but you're still doing the same thing. You're playing music. You're making music.
Yeah.
You're making noise.
Fíjate, Kelly, que una vez, a long time ago, I was taught, by Héctor Barrón de los Fantasmas. He's been in the business for over more than 50 years, man. And I remember the question that he was asked, do you ever plan to get a Grammy? He's like, you know what? I don't need a Grammy. My Grammy is the people.
Mm,
So I live by that, and I take it to the heart. I mean, cuando es así, porque realmente los awards van y vienen.
yes.
Every year there's a new winner, man. Every year. It's an accomplishment. Yeah, you can say it's an accomplishment, pero, you know, nomás te dura un ratito. Para mí, my greatest accomplishment so far es ha sido inducted into the Tejano Roots Hall of Fame. Because I went to the museum ese día antes de que me lo ganaran, and I saw a lot of artists there, man. Laura Canales. I saw, of course, Lois Selena. I saw, como lo que usaba Laura Canales, la ropa de ella, todo eso. No, hombre, bastantes músicos que han pasado por ahí. And I was happy because when I spoke to the gentleman, he's like, you know what, with the time, you're going to see your picture here. And I was like, wow. And I mean, it just made me feel so good. Like,
Yeah, it does. It really does. Like I said, that's just an award right there
yeah,
itself. Like it's even somebody saying that the deserving that you deserve things like that. It's a lot more. It's good that they can tell you that because you're leaving an imprint on them.
yeah,
You're leaving something of you within them. And I think that's the beauty about music. Like music does something to a lot of us as fans, and of course I'm in musicians, right? But more to the fans because we can relate to your music, and then it a lot of them, like I know a lot of the artists say, oh, pues it's just it the music kind of speaks a language, right?
mhm,
It has its own language, and like you reach the fans in an emotional type of way.
right.
So I think that's having somebody tell you, you know what, you deserve, like, you've done something to them to make them feel that the deserving that you have for that, it is great. I mean, you don't have to hear it all the time, but just to hear somebody tell you that, it's like, okay, so if this person can tell me this, I'm pretty sure there's trillions of other people that feel the same way. But
Right.
just hearing somebody tell you once, is what keeps the what's it, the algorithm of it keep going.
Yeah. You know, y es como yo, fíjate, como mis shows, mucha gente they freak out with me because when I perform, of course, it's on the stage. I do it. You know, most of the time, what I do is I'll be singing, and if I feel that song and the people are feeling it, I get off the stage.
Wow.
I get off the stage, I go to the people, I sing in front of the couples or whoever it is, and I'll even sit down with them there while I'm singing. You know, I love what I do. I mean, es algo que nadie me lo va a poder quitar porque, nomás, pues Diosito, of course,
Yes.
¿verdad? Pero si te gusta tanto esta pasión que tienes, hey, you want people to know, you want people to feel you, you want
Yeah.
people to feel what you are going through. It's like when I sing, people are like, man, la cantas como que te está pasando, man, como que te está pasando eso a ti, like, and you're feeling it, man. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Pero that's what you gotta do. You gotta
Yeah.
play that role. You
Yeah.
gotta play that song. If you want the people to feel what you're singing, you gotta feel it. No
Yeah.
nomás estás de que cantes, de que, ay, hombre, bro, anybody can sing a song. You gotta feel it. I mean, si tú quieres que la gente sienta lo que tú estás sintiendo, si estás, ese ratito, maybe you're not feeling it, pero you know what, man, hey, tienes tu gente,
Mm-hmm.
dale lo mejor de tu show que puedas. And it's like I would tell my guys, when we're performing, bro, you know, always play like if it's gonna be your last time here performing.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you don't know if you're gonna go back again or not.
Yeah.
But you're gonna leave that little seed planted that you wanna say, ¿sabes qué? Estos vatos, man, or whatever, they were freaking awesome. You know what, man? Bring them back because people want more now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you gotta do. Don't just go by the motion. No, 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 no. Sing it from the heart.
Yes.
That's one thing I've always, taught myself. Que como te digo, tienes que sentir la música. Si no la estás sintiendo y estás leyendo el libro o estás leyendo tu iPad, I mean, I don't use none of those stuff. I don't. I'm a guy that gets out there, sings away. Hasta
Mm-hmm.
mucha gente me dice, oye, bro, ¿vas a hacer una mendiga jukebox? Because you just échale un dólar a la pianola o algo, o una peseta, and I even say myself, le echamos otra a la pianola, and people are like, échale, no, me pasa, con más ganas, it brings me the fire, man, like, you know what, man, let me keep on singing,
Yeah.
I'll sing up to 5 or 6 songs en un fregazo así, man, y la gente, otra, y pues ahí le voy otra, I mean, because I want them to have a good time at the end of the
Yes.
night. I want them to say, ¿sabes qué? Este chavo se aventó, bro. Este chavo, man, nunca ha venido aquí. Este chavo nunca lo hemos visto, pero mira lo que nos dejó.
Yeah.
And that's what I try doing. That's what
You
I
try
try
to
doing.
leave an imprint.
Yes, at every freaking dance.
Wow.
Y a pesar de eso, that's why a lot of people started calling us a conjunto with attitude. Not because we have a bad attitude, but the attitude that you inspire the people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I told you, I always tell my guys, toquen como nunca van a tocar otra vez aquí ya. And that's how we got adapted by that name. So everywhere that we go, people already know us, the conjunto with attitude. And it feels freaking awesome because that's what they gave us.
Wow. I'm loving what you're saying, and I see a lot of people loving what you're saying. They like what you said earlier about the whole get people talk whatever. That's just part of the music industry. If you can't, if you think you're coming in the industry without it all being smooth and handy and candy and all that, no, guys. No, and not even in just music itself. Even ourselves as podcasters, as radio personnel, as radio DJs, we get the ugliness as well. I mean, pero if you do this because there's a purpose and because you love it, you keep doing it. La gente siempre va a hablar y la gente es lo que es. Si no están hablando de ti, then no hay nada que like I just
See?
feel like that's just something that has to happen because that's just like that keeps them motivated or keeps you motivated or just I just feel like that's always gonna be there, no matter what or who. No, no, so no. We say we're not silent. That's just what it is. We're not silent, and that's part of just the industry itself. That's the role you sign up for, and if you can't hack it, then you're in the wrong business.
Yeah, because criticism todo el mundo va a ver, todo el tiempo va a ver que alguien te va
Yes.
a criticar, no importa qué tan bueno seas o qué
Even if
tan
you
bueno
do it
seas.
right, te hallan algo que
Sí,
sientes mal.
ya. Si
Yes,
seas
so
mujer, seas hombre, todo el tiempo te van a buscar algo, no importa qué sea.
yes, yes. Like I said, Mr. Ramon, I mean the road of success that you have and with what you're having now, sígale, sígale. I mean, what more can we say to you that you have not heard? Keep
Yeah,
doing what you're doing. I mean, blessings are always, are great things to have. Sometimes some people say, "Oh man, I'm blessed," but I don't see it. Hey, sometimes you don't have to see it.
yeah,
As long as you're healthy and you're keeping to do what you do and you love, that's all that matters. Live
sí,
it to the fullest.
yeah.
And Mr. Rama, I wish you all the best. I
Thank you,
mean,
thank you.
to the team that you have behind you. Um, Hopefully, I say the right names to the band members that you have. Of course, we'll have you as you're the low vocals and bajo. Is Mr. David Martinez still with you guys?
Yes, David Martinez, he's playing the accordion.
Okay, so
Yeah,
David Martinez, Rafael Guajardo, Roy
he's our
Guajardo,
drummer. Yeah, bass
the
player.
drummer and the bass player, Alfredo, uh,
Aviles.
bajo quinto,
Yes,
and El Phil Urbina,
yes, percussions.
percussion. So salutes to the guys. I don't know if I'm missing anybody. Salutes to your band members. I know even to the families, to your family. I know it's a struggle when you guys leave home. Y vienen en noche and the travel. You don't know how the road is and all that stuff. When it's a musical in the industry, it's a teamwork. It's
Yes, it
teamwork
is.
with family and it's teamwork with the band and the members because if y'all are never on the same page, sometimes you could say, "Man, I'm singing, pero you like try to leave your problems, but you come back to your problems because the partner of yours or like something went wrong. It sucks when you don't have that understanding and blessings to all the musicians that have the families that understand, the family that allows them to do what they do, to the band members that take the time for you, Mr. Ramon, to be able to play for you and to their families as well. Because I know if you're a dad and you have chiquitos, and all of them always say, "Man, my dad hardly was here. He was always on the road or tocando or whatever." But it takes a team to be able to conquer the journey.
Oh yeah,
So
and I always keep give my guys props everywhere that we go. As soon as we finish the dance and everything, before we finish, todo el tiempo les digo su nombre, todo el tiempo les digo de dónde son, to my merchandise manager también, Elizabeth Santiago y su señor también, Victor, they're part of my team también, Victoria and John, his wife, ¿verdad? Pues ellos dos, pues él es he's our driver también. Para mi tocayo Raymond y Rosario, pues he's my sound engineer también.
okay,
So, I try my best as much as I can. I always try my best to help them out any way that I can. That is como a veces me dicen, I got something with the grandkids, or I got something with with a family. Sometimes we don't play. We don't play
yeah,
that weekend because if one's going to spend the time with his family, let the rest.
yes,
Pero a veces son cosas que salen de que ya tenemos tocadas y pues, I mean, we gotta go y yo a ellos les digo, sabes que, okay, don't worry about it, I got somebody to cover you. So, there's always somebody out there, man, que nos ha ayudado bastante, como Stevie Ray Badges,
uh,
he's helped us before on bajo, también ha tenido a Valerio Longoria, as a drummer también nos ha ayudado. Sammy from San Antonio, también él tocaba, Sammy García, he used to play with the Garcia brothers también.
yes, Sammy.
He's helped us out before. Otro chavo que se llama Woody Rodríguez, también, y él también ha tocado con Flaco Jiménez, pensé que es, o Santiago. I've had some guys que me han ayudado bastante y pues les agradezco, because todo se agradece, todo.
Yes,
Sabiendo
definitely.
que en este negocio, a como está, a veces está difícil, luego también tengo otros amigos allá en Houston que también me han ayudado también, como José Quesada del Conjunto Sensible,
Hmm.
so he's helped us out before también, so I appreciate everybody that's helped us, because they're the ones that keep us going in some ways when, cuando uno no puede, hey, ¿sabes qué? Otro levanta la pelota, como dicen, when,
Yes,
yeah, I mean, and that's what it is. When you have that friendship, you can depend on anybody, but you have to be firm with everybody también. Y eso es lo que cuenta bastante. La amistad, man, it'll take you long ways con la amistad.
yes,
So, es lo más importante también cuando estás en el camino, tener una buena amistad con muchos músicos y todo, y para que así puedan trabajar todos a gusto y pues todos como unidos
yes.
como lo que viene siendo la industria de la música de conjunto, porque este, a lot of people tell me, oye, bro, están tocando muchas canciones de cantina. Ah, ah. Pero realmente, mucha gente no sabe que también como las bandas, ahorita, if you go back into those years, you'll see that some of the songs are from the conjunto industry first, and they take it out in their style.
Yes.
So it's happened, y mucha gente dice, oye, no me soy a todo dar la canción esta. No, but if you actually knew that actually it was one of the bands, como Rubén Vela,
Mhm.
Narciso Martínez, Gilberto Pérez, que la sacó antes, way before,
Yeah.
y pues mucha gente no sabe, so sometimes, even actually, I can say maybe it's a younger generation, the younger
Yes.
generation, pero también, at the same time, pues of course, los promotores de México y todos esos también, pues están flojando para que se escuche aquí y suene fuerte.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
sometimes we can't compete. We can't
Yeah.
compete with them, and unfortunately, we can't.
Yeah.
As much as we want to or try to, we can't.
Yeah.
Por eso también a veces, como cuando la gente dice que ya se murió el Tejano, el Tejano no se ha muerto. It hasn't died. The
Yeah.
thing is that there's more music out there, pero la gente, a veces mucha gente se quedó atrancada o se quedó atascada en esa época,
Mm-hmm.
pero hay muchos músicos allá afuera que cantan bonito, you
Yes.
know, y tienen unos lyrics brutos también, que nunca
Yes.
escuchas y te quedas como, like, wow, man, how come this guy's never hitting? Pero es que también todo tiene mucho que ver con la industria de la música, y es que es como todo. Uno como músico, ahí está, en el lugar. Wherever you want us to play, we're there. We need the people to come
Yes.
in,
Definitely.
because without the people, at the end of the night, we're nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the biggest name in the Tejano or in the Conjunto, pero si la gente no está allí, no te va a llegar.
Yes.
And it takes a whole team. I've always said, you know, as you as a front guy, you or whether it's a he or a she, you have to be the one on top of it. Y luego si tienes promoter, ella también o él también.
Yes.
El club owner, ese es otro también, porque a veces es lo que pasa. Muchos club owners a veces dicen, ¿sabes qué? No, pues tú encárgate del promotion. Yeah, pero pues if you know we're going to play here, you should start promoting our music at least a month in advance, 2 months in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how we're going to get recognized.
Mm-hmm.
For people to know, oh, you know what? Hey, viene Ramon Lucio. Hey, viene esta banda. Hey, viene este band. I mean, Tejano band or whatever. Yeah, but if we don't get the proper promotion, and it starts from there. The club is supposed to be doing their job also. Because if
Yes.
they don't do it, guess what? We're not gonna get any people there.
Yes.
Y por eso digo todo el tiempo, it's the whole team that
Mm-hmm.
has to come together.
And I totally understand you, Mr. Ramon, because we us as a station where we have very limited of people that are on board with us and we do their promotion and stuff. But I tell them it doesn't just take on us, guys. I mean, we could put it on every group page we can, but if it
Yep.
doesn't come a lot from you wanting to push it as well, it's never gonna work. We could push it as much as we want, but if you don't push it yourself, pues how do you expect it to work?
Yeah.
Yo siempre digo eso, si no se pueden use, I mean, you guys gotta be both, all everybody in the team has to be on the same page. Is the only way you'll be successful.
Yeah, and it's like I've told some club owners también a veces les digo, ¿sabes qué? Man, you know what? Let me send you a flyer with a picture. Let me send you a flyer with this. Don't just put my name there, like saying, ¿sabes qué? Ah, va a tocar Ramón Lucio. Well, yeah, pero ¿quién es el chavo? Who is he? I mean, you don't have a picture of him. You don't promote his music. What does he play? Does he play, como me acuerdo una vez fuimos para allá para Houston la primera vez. We got there and the freaking place was packed. Even my
Wow.
guys were like, dude, is this for us? And I'm like, yeah, bro. You know, entramos allí. Oh my gosh, man. It was freaking packed. But they did the work. They did the work. And a lot of people were like, we're expecting a Mexican guy to play a corridos and everything because your name is Ramon Lucio.
Wow.
ya cuando escucharon,
Sí. And you
ya
know
cuando
what?
escucharon todo lo demás, they were like, oh, no me puro pinche conjunto. Dice que-
No, no. See. I mean, like I said, promotion has a lot to do with a lot of us with music. Like the music. I mean, see, do like say the the promoter shares it, sends it to you, and you're like, pues yo le pago al promoter, or el promoter hace. No, guys, it takes it all. It has to be all together. That's the only way it will work. The artist has to put their fair share, and también in putting it out there, and then pues of course the promoter, and then también si el producer también quiere the
Yep.
acknowledgement, también the producer, and you know since we're talking about that, Mr. Ramon, who's your producer on your music?
Producer yo, pues yo.
Okay. So you do all the music yourself. You have your
No,
little
no, bueno,
studio.
I don't have my studio, ¿verdad? Pero I got some friends that I record at their studio. Pero you might know them, se llaman los Gilitos. Los Gilitos son de
Okay.
Edinburgh, Texas. Ellos son buenos amigos míos,
Okay.
real good friends of mine, and those are the ones that I've been working with for the past two CDs already, ya, y me ha ido muy bien, y doy gracias a Dios por tener
Wow.
unos buenos amigos también con ellos, y
Yes.
it's like I said, man, it's amazing. It's amazing when you have those kinds of friends that will vouch for you
Yes.
whenever things happen like that. Y es lo que pasa también, como te digo, cuando tienes buenos amigos, oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. It's
Mhm.
unbelievable, pero a veces también como quiera, ¿verdad? Pues es como todo, es negocio. Of course, I don't go and
Yes.
record for free. Si sabes que no, no, tengo que pagarles también mi dinero
Yes. Definitely.
porque
Definitely.
parte,
So
es
yeah,
parte del
no,
trabajo.
like I said, yeah. And you're doing a good job, Mr. Ramon. I mean, to everybody that's on, thank you guys so much. Mr. Ramon, you have a great fan base. To everybody that's here, we have a lot of artists, promoters on, a lot of I mean, people that do festivities. We have people, some of them on. Salutes to you guys. This is Mr. Ramon Lucio, great conjunto artists out there. Take a chance, take a listen, give people opportunities, guys. I mean, this is the only way for us to grow. Giving opportunities. Nope. I know a lot of people say, "Yeah, I don't want to take the lead because no venga gente." Hey, the only way you'll know if you don't
Exactly.
try. Like that's all it is. And like I said, Mr. Ramon, I mean, you're doing a great job. I don't know if you want to tell the people where they can find you to be able to make contact with you, if you're on all these social platforms, or do you have somebody they can contact for booking and all that stuff. I'll go ahead and let you let people know how they can make
Thank you,
contact with
Kelly.
you.
Yeah, you can reach me at 956-312-6904. And that's my cell phone. You can reach me at any time. Well, actually, nomás business hours, como dicen. Tampoco no que medianoche y ¡eh! Quiero amanecer.
Yeah, no, nothing after
Sí.
midnight. Nothing after midnight.
Or you can also find us on social media, ¿verdad? Pues como digo, Facebook. I got my personal page, which is Ramon Lucio, or you can also find us on Ramon Lucio Dominante. You can find us on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, all those digital platforms. You know, I mean, you can find us there. Y pues para que si acaso quieren un evento social, ¿verdad? Quinceañera, boda, aniversario, divorcios, todo lo que quieran. I mean, we're here. You know, we don't discriminate nobody.
Yeah. But no, no, yeah, Mr. Lucio, thank you so much for like I said, great talking to you. I'm glad that we're able to do all this and let people know a little bit about you so they can get a hand of what you do and what you're capable of doing and get to know you in our area because I'm like I said, not a lot of people make
Yeah,
contact like
primero Dios,
this.
maybe we
Yes,
can find something out there in the area, and we'll be playing for you guys. I mean,
definitely.
aquí estamos como quiera, estamos a la orden, a lo que se les ofrezca, ¿verdad?
Yes. And to our, we have a lot of little clubs here,
Yeah,
surrounding areas. You're looking for a band and stuff like that.
yeah. I
Reach
mean,
out.
I always try my best to help out the owner, or the club owner, whatever, el venue. I always try my best. I mean, porque es lo que cuenta bastante, tener una buena amistad, para que sí puedas seguir trabajándole y echándole ganas, porque pues es como todo. Ahí estás tocando. Quizás te sale una quinceañera, una boda, un aniversario. Nunca sabes, or
Yeah,
you might even have a promoter out there while you're playing or performing, and guess what? Le gustó, boom, ahí está tu ticket. I mean, basically that's what it is. I mean, so es como todo. I mean, it's a gamble. Y todo este negocio también haz de cuenta como cuando vas a la pesca, tiras el reel y a ver qué gancho.
yes, and I love helping people like you and a lot of the new artists because I know, like I tell a lot of people, and I know people say, "Oh, pues no son las what do I say? The well-known radio broadcast." But you know what? Every radio people that are out there, any podcasters that are out there, they all have
Yeah,
different fans, and it takes just one person to let people know what's going on a station or whatever. Pa que agarre el corriente, and like what I'm saying right now, you've had a great outcome. A lot of people on and stuff like that, and for the people that did listen and do let people know, hey, you know what? There was this guy, interviewing in Kelly D's show, and he's a conjunto, hey, estamos buscando algo. Well, make contact. It takes
yeah,
one person, just to listen to be able to take off. And like I said, Mr. Ramon, thank you so much for being here with us here at Serious Tejano. We're always here to help artists like yourself and a new artist. I know sometimes they want to give us shit like, pero pues su música no está recording muy bien. So oye como que están en, en bodegas and everything. We understand that, guys, and we hear it too. But as long as they get to be played once, that to us, we're doing
yeah,
something for them. And if si agarra corriente que la gente le guste y que los llame, hey, I want to hear this song y this song, and it's the song que dices tú que se oye como bodega, pues so be it, but the fans are asking for it. We do what the
yeah,
fans want. So, that's a little bit different. What I would like, we like to say we're a little bit different than most of the
yeah.
stations. We try to get back to what the fans like, porque nosotros no somos nada sin la
Sí.
gente que los oye o los escucha. So again, Mr. Ramon, I know you probably feel the same way. If you guys are not making music, we're not playing anything, and we can, deliver
Yeah.
to the fans. So I commend you to all the things you do and what you keep doing. You have always a place here for you whenever you need anything or you need help, or we might not know everybody in the industry, but we can try to lead you to the right
Thank you.
people and get you wherever
Thank
you
you
need
so
to
much. I
do.
really appreciate it. Gracias a todo el estimado público vea que ahorita está contigo. Y les agradezco de todo corazón. Espero, ¿verdad? Si Dios quiere verlos muy pronto en un lugar favorito ahí en Crystal City o donde quiera que anden, ¿verdad? O wherever you guys are at right now, man. Hopefully I get to see you guys pretty
Yes.
soon. Like I said, man, next week I'll be heading to Michigan for the first time in my history. So, my first time flying también. So, I'm super
Yes.
excited.
For our fans in the surrounding areas here, he'll be out in San Antonio next month as well. So make your way to the Conjunto Festival out there in San Antonio. I haven't gotten the pleasure to be out there, but I know a lot of my friends and I hear a lot of great things about it. It's a great event. Go check it out. Go check out new artists that are out there, artists that have been in the game. It's just we don't get the opportunity to hear it all. So go check it out, Mr. Ramon. I wish you all the best. Like I said before, you have a place here. Cuando quieras, we're always here. Again, you guys can find them on all the you said social
Yes,
platforms, right?
yes.
Is it just under Ramon Lucio, or do you have
It's
it
under
under
Ramon
something
Lucio,
else?
or you can also find me under Ramon Lucio y Dominante. I got two.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you heard it here. Contact. He did give out his number. His contact information. You want to make contact? Yep. If you see it in the bottom in the blue lettering, that's the number you contact. So you can contact him if you want to. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody that was on. Ms. Heather, Ms. Norma, Ms. Janie Soto. I don't want to leave people out, but those are the ones I've seen right now. Thank you guys so much to our boss, Joe. Thank you so much for doing this and for your team, whoever reached out to us to do this interview, Mr. Lucio Ramon. Thank you so much to them for doing this. We apologize about yesterday. I had a prior commitment that I was totally forgot about. I was so busy that I forget what I'm even doing sometimes. Pero for you guys to be here this Friday, gracias so much. If you guys go out there and drink responsibly, drink for me because I have to go back to my regular work. So, yes, Mr. Rama, I can't wait. Hopefully, I get a pleasure to meet you in person, maybe at one of these events, or maybe next year if you make the gala to the fanfare gala. Hey, stop by our booth. We'll hopefully be there. And again, thank you so much. I wish you all the best. May God bless you always. And, Serious Tejano is always here playing
Thank
new
you,
music.
Kelly. I really appreciate you and Joe. Thank you so much, everybody that tuned in. I know that it's weird because I know it's mucha gente anda afuera ahorita ya poreando y todo el jale, ¿verdad? Y pues ni modo pasó, pero hey, it's all good. It's all good. No
Yes.
pasa nada. Hopefully next time we'll do it again and like during the week cuando podemos, en verdad.
Yeah. Que no estemos
Sí.
in a hurry, que el time,
So, muchas bendiciones a todos
yes.
ustedes. Diosito me los bendiga donde quiera que estén. And I hope to see you guys pretty soon. Donde quiera que ande, ¿verdad? You guys are more than welcome to take a picture with me. I mean, with my band. Whatever the case is, we're there for you guys. And God bless you guys. Hasta la próxima. Diosito me los bendiga. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Joe.
Yes. Yes, again, guys, we're gonna leave you with Loca Tranquilidad from Mr. Ramon Lucio. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on Tuesday. We have another interview with I think it's La Rey. No, is it Tuesday? Yes, I don't even know, guys. I know we have an interview on Tuesday, so I'll catch you guys then. I will be probably on Sunday playing just music, no interview, pura música. Para que te alegre el domingo después de misa. So again, bye guys. We'll catch you soon. Saludos.